ለመማር ወደ ትምህርት ተቋም መሄድ ግድ አይደለም። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
ራሳችሁን ከኮሮና ቫይረስ ወረርሽኝ እየጠበቃችሁ በቤታችሁ ወይም በተመቻችሁ ቦታ በኢንተርኔት አማካኝነት በኦንላይን ትምህርታችሁን መከታተል ትችላላችሁ።
ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ኢንስቲትዩት ኦፍ ኮመርሻል ማኔጅመንት ICM ጋር በመተባበር የሚሰጡ ትምህርቶችን ተከታትላችሁ በ6 ወር ጊዜ በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተቀባይነት ያለውን የስልጠና ማስረጃ ባለቤት መሆን ይቻላል።
ልምድ ባላቸው መምህራን እየተማራችሁ ጥያቄና መልስ የክፍል ስራዎች ፈተና መፈተን ክፍል ውስጥ እንዳላችሁት አይነት በኦንላይን ባላችሁበት ቦታ ከናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ
Okay, today we will start the first element or component of human resource management. Last class we have seen about what is management, what is human resource, what is human resource management, what is strategic human resource management, importance of human resource management, objectives of strategic human resource management, and organizational culture, element or component of organizational culture. Yes or no?
Yes.
So today we'll see the first element or component of human resource management, which is human resource job analysis. And the next element or component of human resource management is human resource management. So first we'll see what is job analysis. So we'll see about job analysis. Then ከዛ በፊት ግን እስኪ አንድ ጥያቄ ልጠይቃችሁ። ቫካንሲ ብዙዎቻችሁ አይታችኋል ብዬ አስባለሁ። በጋዜጣ በመጽሔት በተለያየ መልኩ ይወጡ ያየ ሰው የለም? ቫካንሲዎችን የተከታተለ ሰው የለም? ኤኒዋን እንደዚህ ነው ስራ ያገኛችሁት? አቤት ማስታወቂያ ሳትከታተሉ ነው ስራ ያገኛችሁት?
አረ ተከታተለን
በአቋራጭ ነው ማለት ነው ወደ ስራ ዓለም የገባችሁት። ስለዚህ ማስታወቂያ ስታነቡ አንድ ማስታወቂያ ምን ኤሌመንቶችን ይዛል? ምን ነገሮችን ያካትታል? ምን ነገሮች ይኖሩታል?
የቫካንሲው ፖዚሽን ይዛል።
ኦኬ።
የተቋሙን ባክግራውንድ።
ኦኬ።
ስታርቲንግ ዴት።
yes.
ከዛ በኋላ responsibilities and duties.
Okay.
Qualification ለዛ ምንድነው ለዛ ፖዚሽን የምንፈልገው like 0 አመት ነው based on the qualification ነው። then additional qualifications ካሉት አንዳንዴ ደግሞ maybe language የተለየ ከእንግሊዘኛ ውጪ ከሆነ ደግሞ አንድ advanced ይቆጠራል። then submit application in the CV date up to this date የሚል deadline ሁሉ አብሮት ይቀመጣል።
Okay. What about others? Okay. Are correct. What about others? Yes. What are the components or elements of one vacancy or job vacancy?
Okay, እኔ የሚመስለኝ የመጀመሪያው ጉዳይ የሚያስፈልገው የትምህርት ኳሊፊኬሽን ይቀመጣል። ኳሊፊኬሽኑ በኋላ ወርክ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ምን ያክል አመት ያስፈልጋል ለዛ የሚለው ይቀመጣል። ዘን ከዛ ቀጥሎ የሚከፈለው የደሞዝ መጠን ወይም ደግሞ ሳላሪ ይሄን ያክል ብሎ ያስቀምጣል። ከዛ በኋላ ያሉት ያው ግዴታም የሆኑ ነገሮች ካሉ ለምሳሌ ለሴቶች ቅድሚያ የሚሰጥ ከሆነ የመሳሰሉትን ወይና አካል ጉዳተኛ የሚለያቸው ነገር ካለ ሊያስቀምጥ ይችላል። እነዚህ ቤዚክ ናቸው። ከዛ መጨረሻ ላይ አድራሻ የሬጅስትሬሽን ነው ሊሆን የሚችለው።
Okay, thank you. All of you are correct. So what does mean this element or component? So we'll see. I've seen about the job analysis. So when I've seen job analysis, we'll address the issue of meaning and definition of job analysis, a step in job analysis, a method of collecting job analysis information, importance of job analysis information, potential problem with job analysis, meaning and definition of human resource. Then we'll see about this issue regards to that job analysis. So we'll directly go to what is job analysis. When I see the meaning of job analysis, I think also the difference between meaning and definition is here we'll see about the meaning of job analysis, not about definition of a job analysis. I think the difference is definition of terms and meaning of terms. Here also that is the main topic of this PPTs, meaning and definition of a job analysis. Meaning and definition of job analysis. Are they the same or they are different? If you have to say they are different, what is the difference between the two, meaning and definition? Sometimes you have to say meaning of management, definition of management, meaning of terms, meaning definition of terms. What is the similarity and the difference between the two? What does mean it? But most of the time, we have used that as well. The two words are synonymous. So what is the difference? When I see here, meaning of job analysis, definition of job analysis, what does it mean? What is the difference? Yes? What is the difference? What is the difference? Yes, anyone? When I have to say definition of job analysis, meaning of job analysis, what does it mean? Yes? Say something for the sake of participation. Say something. Anyone? And someone? Yes? Yes? Please say something. Yes? Anyone? No one? Someone? Hello?
ይሰማል
So ከተሰማ ምን ነው ተፋቸው?
ያው የዲፊኒሽኖቹ ልዩነት ይመስለኛል። እንደኔ ሐሳብ ከሆነ ዲፊኒሽን የምንለው ወርድ ባይ ወርድ የምንተረጉመው ዳይሬክት ለዛ ነገር የምንሰጠው ትርጉም ይመስለኛል። ሚኒንግ ደግሞ ሰፋ ብሎ ከወርድ ባይ ወርድ በዘለለ ሰፋ ባለ መንገድ ያን ነገር አናሊሲሱን መስራት ወይም ደግሞ ስለዛ ዲፊኒሽን ዘርዘር አድርጎ ማቅረብ ይመስለኛል። ሚኒንጉ ወርድ ባይ ወርድ ቀጥታ ሚኒንጉ ነው። ለምሳሌ የሆነ ኔም ስንሰጥ ስለዛ ስም ዝም ብሎ ስም ልንሰጥ እንችላለን። ሚኒንጉ ስንል ግን ትርጉሙን ስናብራራ የሁለቱ ልዩነቶች ይመስለኛል ሚኒንግ እና ዴፊኒሽን።
Thank you Adisu. What about others? The only participant is Adisu. What about others? Then please participate, because two-way communication is better than one-way communication.
Can I come in, Doctor?
Yes.
Can I come in?
Yes, possible.
Okay, thank you. This is Mohammed.
Okay.
I think the meaning of something like a term maybe like what you directly know about the thing. For example, when you think about the meaning of a table, you may think about its function which comes directly to your mind. But when we say about definition, it may include the technical and linguistic and other aspects of the thing that we want to define. And so I think this is the difference. I think.
Yes, correct. So when I was in the two, definition means interpretation of terms or words given by different scholar or writer as per their own feeling, as per their own understanding, as per their own interpretation. When I see meaning, the term itself. In Amharic also we have to say የቃሉ ጥሬ ትርጉም yes, that is what meaning. But when I see different interpretation, the way of looking things, we maybe look things in different view, from different aspects, from different conditions, from different parameters. That is what definition of terms. When I see meaning, the term itself. Everywhere, that is what the same. When you have then what? different interpretation, when you have different understanding, when you have different way of interpretation, that is what the definition. So when I see here, definition of job analysis means interpretation of job analysis by different scholars or writers, or interpretation of the words or the term job analysis by then what? Management analysis. That's when I've seen that is what meaning of job analysis means, the term itself, that is job analysis. So we'll see one more. That is, first we'll see definition of job, meaning of job analysis. What is job analysis? Job analysis, it refers to anatomy of the job. It is the backbone of all other human resource management element or components. It is anatomy of the job. In our human body, which part of our body is anatomy? Like that is what? Job analysis is anatomy or the backbone of other managerial human resource management element or component. When I've seen that is job analysis, it is a process. The process by which the job duties and responsibilities are what? Defined. Or in other words, it is the process of defining the character or nature of the job, and duties and responsibilities, maybe position and accountabilities, is known as job analysis, which is one of the managerial function, which is about organizing. When I've seen one of the managerial function, which is organizing, means it is the process of what? Identify a given of activity, grouping this activity, classify this activity, then what? Put assign responsible body and put organizational structure. All the whole process is known as managing, and when I say from the human resource management point of view or aspect, this is known as job analysis. Most of the time that then what, which is done with using different management tools and techniques or reform agenda, then nowadays, then in order to perform such activity, we have used BPR. One of the major function of BPR is what? To do this one. That is what? Job analysis. So job analysis is a process of identifying nature of the job, types of the job, duties, responsibilities, accountabilities, and detailed activities is known as job analysis. The various factors related to job analysis is collected, compiled, and determines the work condition and nature of the work and qualities of person to be employed on the job and position of the job and opportunity available and author and prevailing to be given the job etc. In general, that is what? It is the process of producing job description and job specification. What does mean job description? What does mean job specification? We'll see. ቅድም ማስታወቂያ ላይ የገለጻችሁት አንድ ቫካንሲ ምን ይዛል ስንል ሁለት መሰረታዊ ነገሮች ነው የሚይዘው፣ job description and job specification ነው የሚይዘው። Those are the outcome or the result of what? Job analysis process. What does mean job description and what does mean job analysis, job specification? So we'll see. So job analysis means the process of producing job description and job specification. It is a detailed and a systematic study of jobs. A detailed and systematic. What is systematic? Already we have discussed in the previous class. Study of jobs to know the nature and the characteristics of jobs and people that to be assigned in that particular jobs. It is a process of discovering and identifying the relevant information related to specific jobs. So in general, job analysis means a process of identifying the nature of job, characteristics job, future of job, duties and responsibility of an individual is known as job analysis. It is a determination of tasks and which is comprise the job and the skill, knowledge, ability, attitude required of the worker for successful performance of the job. It is a process of essentially one collected and analyzed about the jobs data is known as job analysis. So because of that, because of that, job analysis is a fundamental or primary of other human resource management. Others are coming next to that, job analysis. If you don't know how that is job analysis means, that is what? Well, may not be coming to that is what? Recruiting, selecting, training, promotion, all we can't talk about that is what? Other human resource management element or components. So the base of other human resource management element is what? Job analysis. The primary element or component of human resource management. Others are determined based on the result or outcome of job analysis. Let's say recruitment is determined by outcome or the result of what? Our analysis. Let's say when it comes to that is what? The practice in our organization. That's job analysis done by that is what? Using BPR. Many problems are raised by that is what? The result of BPR. የብዙዎቻችን መስሪያ ቤት ችግርም ብዙ ቦታ ስናይ ነው። BPR ምንድን ነው የሚሰራው ብለን ስናይ ምንድነው የሚያደርገው? ስራዎችን ይለያል፣ ያደራጃል፣ ዘኗል ተፈላጊ ባለሙያዎችን ያስቀምጣል፣ ስራዎችን ያሰባስባል። ለምሳሌ ያንዳንዱን ስራ አክቲቪቲው ሊስት ያደርግና ዘኗል ተመሳሳይ ማዋጥ ነው የሚባለው በBPR ያዋውጥና ይሄንን ምን አይነት ባለሙያ ሊሰራው ይችላል? አካውንታንት ምን አይነት አካውንታንት በምን የተመረቀ ስንት ዓመት አገልግሎት ያለው ምን አይነት ኮምፒተንሲ ምን አይነት ኤክስፒሪየንስ ያለው የሚለው ነገር ዝሆል አስቀምጠን መጨረሻ ላይ ደግሞ ይሄ በምን ማኔጅ ይደረግ በቲም ሊደር በቡድን መሪ በዳይሬክተር በኃላፊ በምናምን ብለን እናስቀምጣለን። then at the end we put that is what overall organizational structure እናስቀምጣለን። So all this is known as job analysis. So ምን እየሰራ ነው? ስራውንና ተፈላጊ ችሎታዎችን እያስቀመጥ ነው። ቅድም ቅጥር ላይ ምን ብለናል? አንድ ቅጥር ማስታወቂያ ሁለት መሰረታዎች job description የስራው አይነት means ስራው የሚፈልገው duty and responsibility ያልነው የስራው አይነት ብለናል። ታይትሉ ይኖራል። ዘን ስራው ምን ነገሮች ይሰሩበታል፣ አክቲቪቲዎቹ ምንድናቸው፣ duty and responsibility ምንድናቸው። ዘን what minimum requirement ደግሞ ተፈላጊ ችሎታ job specification የምንለው ተፈላጊ ችሎታ በአካውንታንት የተመረቀ 10 ዓመት የስራ ልምድ ያለው ምናምን የሆነ ዘን ሂስትሪ ኤዲሽናል የሆነ ዘን ምንድነው ኮምፒውተር ችሎታ ያለው በኮምፒውተር ዲፕሎማ ያለው ምናምን ብለን አዲሽናል እናመጣለን። all this are the result or outcome of job analysis. Job analysis ማለት ይሄን መስራት ነው, which is the first or the primary or a fundamental function of human resource management. So next we'll see about job description. Job description is one of outcome or the result of job analysis. So what is job description? Job description means a list of tasks, duties, responsibilities in particular job. A list of tasks, a list of duty, a responsibility is known as job description. We'll see one by one. What are the outcome or the result of what? Job analysis. One is job description, another one is job specification, job position, and many of elements which have. So we'll see. Then job description, it is a list of knowledge, skill, ability, and other characteristics, which is most of the time known as CASA. Knowledge, skill, ability, then sometimes you add one that is what? Opportunity. So job analysis is a powerful, systematic process for collecting information on important work-related aspects of a job. After collecting data using different data collection methods or data collection mechanism, then organize it, interpret it, analyze it, then we'll have the result. That is one of the results or outcome of this analysis and interpretation of job analysis is job description. So job description is a principal product of job analysis. The principal product of job analysis. It represents a written summary of jobs as identifiable organizational units. So job description is one of the result or outcome of job analysis, which talk about that is what? The nature of the job and type of the job. የስራው አይነት የስራው ኃላፊነት ምናምን ደረጃ ነው የምንለው አሁን ቀርቷል መሰለኝ በሌቭል ሆኖ በጂኤጂ ድሮ በነበረው ትሳ ምናምን መብ ፂ ምናምን የምንላቸው all those are known as job description. All those are known as job description, which is the principal product of job analysis. Then another element, outcome or result of job analysis is job specification. What does mean job specification? Job specification also a written explanation of knowledge, skill, ability, trait, and other characteristics necessary for effective performance of a given jobs. የስራው አይነት የስራው መደብ የስራው መጠሪያ የስራው ምናምን የስራው ድርሻ job description ስራውን ለመስራት የሚያስፈልገው ዕውቀት ክህሎት አመለካከት ምናምን የምንላቸው all those are known as job specification. Both are the result or outcome of job analysis. If we are talking about that is what? Knowledge, skill, ability, competency, these are known as job specification. When talking about that is what? Title of the job, position of the job, the duty and responsibility, all those are known as job description. Then another element or outcome of job analysis is task. We'll have that is what? Series of course of action when we conduct job analysis. What activity to be done? So task means it is a coordinated and adjusted series of work element used to produce an outputs. That means output means the immediate result of a process. Then the next one is the outcome. Then what's the impact? I think you know the sequence. The immediate result is output. Then the next one is outcome. Then the next one is impact, which may be understood that is effect. So one of the result or outcome of job analysis is task, which is a coordinated and aggregated series of work element used to produce an output. Another one is position. Position is the responsibility and duty performed by an individual. We not say accountant. And an accountant has what is what? Specific responsibility and duty, which means he or she have what? Position. All individual, all worker, all employees have their own position. Which means they have what? Specific duties and responsibilities. So everybody have what? Position. So position also is the result of what? Job analysis. The result of job analysis. Sorry, admit እያደረኩ ስለሆነ ነው አዲስ የሚገቡትን Then another one is job. Job means a group of positions that are similar in their duty. Job. ለምሳሌ አካውንታንት ፖዚሽኑ ስንት አይነት አካውንታንት ነው ያለው? በአንድ ፋይናንስ ውስጥ 10 አካውንታንቶች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ። የአስሩም ስራ አስሩም የየራሳቸው ሪስፖንሲቢሊቲ ኤንድ ዱቲ ያላቸው have their own position, task አላቸው but in general ግን ምን ይባላሉ? accountants. A group of positions that are similar in their duties is known as job. So job also one of the result or outcome of the job analysis. When you determine job, then after that is what? Conduct job analysis. Another element is job family. Job family. Job family is a group of 2 or more jobs that have similar duties. When it goes to finance, we have accountant. Accountant, which are cashier. Cashier is another job. Accountant is another job. But when I've seen in terms of duty and responsibility have their own similarity. So they are coming in one office. So which is we can say that what? There is job family. between the two or more jobs. That is known as job family. ስለዚህ ፋይናንስ ውስጥ አካውንታንት አለ፣ ካሸር አለ፣ ምናምን አለ፣ ባለሙያ ኦር መኒ ኦፍ የተለያየ ባለሙያ ሶ አንድ ላይ መጥተው ምን ይሆናሉ? ፋይናንስ የሚለውን ይይዛሉ። ግዢ ላይ ስንመጣ ዘንዋት የተለያዩ ባለሙያዎች አሉ። ለምሳሌ የግዢ ባለሙያ ሰነዱን የሚያዘጋጀው ሊሆን ይችላል። የጨረታ ባለሙያ የተለያዩ ባለሙያዎች ግዢ እንትን ውስጥ ሊኖር ይችላሉ። እነሱ ግን አንድ ላይ መጥተው ምን ይሆናል? የግዢ ክፍል which means ምን አለ ማለት ነው? job familiarity ያለ that is what job family. job family ምን መጥረው ምን ፈጥረው based on what? job analysis. when you group that is what? similar jobs, similar activities. So that is what? job family. So how to conduct job analysis? It has its own step. So we'll see the step in job analysis. The first one is planning the job analysis. Planning is the starting point for all activities, not only that job analysis. Planning is important at any time, everywhere, in all conditions. As an organizational context, in personal life, that's planning is important. But what is planning? What is plan? When you took the course, management theory in practice, already you have then what? Have seen about planning, yes or no? Yes? So what is plan? Anyone say something? What is plan? How you defined plan? So what is the difference plan and planning also? Yes? Say something. Yes? ቤት ከናት ታሳየንም ወይ የሚል መልእክት ስለመጣልኝ ነው ቪዲዮ ኦን ያደረኩት። Okay, anyone? Please say something about plan. What is plan? It is one of managerial function. It is a primary managerial function. It is a fundamental managerial function. So what is plan? What is plan? ከኔ ጋር ናችሁ አይደላችሁም የሚለውን እስኪ ቼክ እናደርግ ነው። Are you with me? So
yes, we are together. Yes, we are together with you, sir.
So what is plan and what is planning? Yes? Okay? Say something.
May I come in?
Possible.
I think it is a detailed proposal for doing or achieving something.
Which one, plan or planning? Yes?
That is plan.
Plan or planning?
Plan.
What about planning?
I think planning is it is the same, but
Here it says about planning of job analysis.
That means it is ongoing. When it is ongoing, we can say that planning.
Okay.
When the plan is ongoing, we can say planning.
Okay. Then we now seen that is plan. Plan means a blueprint, or which is a written document or a proposal. It answers all WH questions: what to do, how to do, when to do, who's to do. But it's prepared today for what? For the next or for tomorrow. The action is what? Planning. When you do that that is what? Planning. That a written document, that a proposal, is what? The plan. When you come to action, that is what? Planning. So planning is an action. So planning the job analysis, which is the first step of job analysis. Identify objective of job analysis. Why you have to make that is what? Job analysis. For what purpose? Then what is that is what? Our gain at the end. So the first one is identify objective of job analysis, which is one of the part of planning. Why? Is this necessary or not? Sometimes that is what? It may not be necessary. Simply it may be waste. When you incur our cost, our time, our energy, it may have not any relevance at the end, so simply waste. So first of all, it need to determine whether it is important or not. If we have to say it is important, what type of important, what then the benefit will get at the end. So it should be stated or determined at the beginning before it goes to what? Action. Before it goes to what? Then what? A process. Then another one is in determine job top management commitments. Otherwise, that is what? Job analysis is not successful. Not only the job analysis, almost all the reform tools or agenda, the first, second, and the third step is what? Job top management commitment, top management commitment, top management commitment. Top management commitment is a matter one for success of all management tools and reforms to agendas. So before it goes to that is action or implementation, then the one of issues that will be should be determined at the beginning is what? Top management commitment and support. It says that is what? Top management commitment or not. If the top management may not be committed, then it may not be necessary goes to the next step. So the first step of job analysis is planning the job analysis. Put a detailed document or a proposal. That is what? Decide your future direction. Because planning is a roadmap that will determine, will guide our future action, our future direction. So before it goes to that is what? Conduct job analysis with need to determine the future guideline or a procedure or the system or the all the techniques. So the first step is planning job analysis. The second one is prepare and communicating the job analysis. That is identify jobs and methodology, review existing job documents if there is. I think it is optional. Then communicate the process to manager and employees is the second step of job analysis. Third one is conduct the job analysis, which means coming to action. When you come to action, the first step is gather job analysis data using different data collection method, either maybe questionnaire, either maybe interview, either maybe group discussion, or others. That is what? Scientific tools and techniques. Maybe use recently many of researchers use tablets or maybe software. So that is when it comes to job analysis and gather job analysis data, then review and compile this data. Then the fourth step of job analysis is develop job description and job specification, which means draft job description and job specification, review draft with the manager and employees, identify recommendation, and finalize job description and recommendation, which is the fourth step of job analysis. The fifth one is maintaining and updating job analysis and job specification. Whereas in the reality is no updating, no maintaining when it is once established. ለምሳሌ ቪፒአር ስናይ የዛሬ ስንት ዓመት ነው ቪፒአር በየመስሪያ ቤቱ የተሰራው? ብዙ መስሪያ ቤቶች ላይ ከ10 ዓመት በፊት ነው የተሰራው። Still it is practice. That is wrong. Then the principle says what? That should be updated and maintained periodically. So the first step is maintaining and updating job description. Maintain የምናደርገው ለወራት ለሁለት ወር ለሶስት ወር እንዳይዘጋጅ ነው። ቢያንስ 5 ዓመት አገልግሎት መስጠት አለበት ነው። then what? Update it. So updating job description and specification as an organization change, and periodically review all jobs. So how to conduct job analysis data or information? How to conduct? One is company record. If we have company record is one of the methods to collect that is data or information for job analysis purpose. Another observation method, direct observation or through eye contact or other methods, and job performance, that is job performance result or job performance review or job performance result is another method of collecting job analysis by making what? Job performance about the job. And individual interview, or which is interview method, either in closed-ended or open-ended interview, group interview, or there may be open and closed group interview, and structured questionnaires, and unstructured questionnaire, which is open-ended questionnaire, and closed-ended questionnaire is diary methods, is one of the methods. Diary methods, daily recording. Then technical conference methods, workshop, seminar, and others are a method of collecting job analysis information or data. Functional analysis, a department of labor. That is what? A department which have such types of responsibilities to collect data or information about the job every day in every moment and situation. So we can, which is one of the methods, or which is one of the techniques to collect data about the job for job analysis purpose. Then position analysis questionnaires and technique is another method, which is another method to collect data. Then we'll see about importance of job analysis information. Job analysis. One of the purpose of job analysis or importance of job analysis is employment. It is useful as a guide in every phase of employment process, like manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, induction, orientation, training, development, separation, compensation, which is important for this purpose. Job analysis is important for this purpose, which is for employment purpose. Which is important for employment purpose. And also it is important for induction. To put what? Standards. To put standards. Induction. To identify the issue, which is important for induction. What issue will address? What then concept will address when we conduct that is what? Induction. That can be determined by our job analysis. So job analysis is important for induction. It is important for training and development. To determine that is what? Training content, development package, content package, or trainers and trainees to determine all issues. Or to identify that is a knowledge gap, to identify that is competency gap, to identify concept gap, to identify behavioral gap, to identify other gaps. Or to determine the relevance of what? Training and development. So job analysis is important for training and development program. When it goes to that is, we'll see about training and development. The first step of training and development is identify or analysis the need of training and development. From which point of view? From which aspect? ከምን አስፔክት ነው የምንለየው? ትሬኒንግ ያስፈልጋል አያስፈልግም ነው የተጀመረው። ምን አይነት ትሬኒንግ ያስፈልጋል? ምን አይነት ኮንቴንት ያለው የሚለውን ነገር የምንወስነው based on our job analysis result ነው። ሰዎች ከሚሰሩ ስራ አንፃር ነው። ላክ ካደረጉት ኖሌጅ ስኪል ኤቢሊቲ አንፃር ነው ትሬኒንጉን አሬንጅ የምናደርገው። ሶ ያንን መረጃ ከየት ነው የምናገኘው? From our job analysis results. The job analysis information is important for what? Training and development programs. Because which are what? Description of duty, description of responsibility, description of task, description of duty and accountability. So we can determine that is the relevance of that is the training and development, the content of training and development, and the precondition or criteria of training and development. So job analysis information is important for training and development program. And also it is important for promotion and transfer. How we promote, how we transfer, based on what? Stated duties, responsibilities, and requirements. Based on what? Requirements, which the requirement is derived from then what? Duty, responsibility, which is derived from job description and job specification. So job analysis information is important for promotion and transfer. ሰዎችን የምናሳድገው እኮ በስራ አይነታቸው ነው። ዝም ብለን በዘፈቀደ ሰዎችን አናሳድገው። ስለዚህ የት ከሌ የት ነው ማደግ ያለበት፣ በምንድን ነው ማደግ ያለበት፣ ወዴት ነው ማደግ ያለበት፣ ወዴት ነው ትራንስፈር ማድረግ ያለበት፣ ሰው የት ነው ሚስተር ኤክስን አዘዋውረን ማሰራት የምንችለው የሚለውን ነገር የምናውቀው if we have what job analysis information, otherwise we can't do it. ማስራት ማድረግ አንችልም። ስለዚህ job analysis information is important for promotion and transfer purpose. And also it is important for performance appraisal. ሰዎችን የምንገመግመው ከምን አንጻር ነው? ከስራቸው አንጻር ነው። From their duty, from their responsibility. So all those are determined by job analysis. So job analysis is important for performance appraisal. Because job analysis ከዚህ ሰዎችን ከምን አንጻር ነው የምንገመግማቸው? ምን ሰራ ምን አልሰራም የትን ሰርታል የና ላከናወንክም ይሄ ቀርሃል እዚህ ደረጃ ላይ ልንል የምንችለው if we have one job analysis information. Otherwise we can't say this idea. So important for performance appraisal, and it is important for discipline and settle compliance. If there is let's say as an example, if there is a dysfunctional conflict between that is what two departments, human resource department or maybe finance department and procurement department, how you manage it, how you manage such complaint. So then what? You try to manage the complaint based on or as per job analysis. የሱ ድርሻ ነው የሱ ድርሻ ነው ይሄ እሱ ነው ሰዎች በዛ መልኩ ዲያስ ፈንክሽናል ነው ልንዳኝ የምንችለው ሰዎችን ልናስታርቅ የምንችለው ኦር ውሳኔም ልንሰጥ የምንችለው በስራ ምንድነው ነው እስኪ አምጣ ነው አይደል የስራ መዘርዝርክን ወይ ስራ ድርሻህን አምጣ ነው የምንለው አይደል ሰዎችን የምንጠይቀው so from that aspect or from that point of view we can make decision, so which means we can manage that is what complaint. So job analysis is important for discipline action, discipline measurement, and to manage and control complaint. And also it is important for wage and salary administration. አሁንም ስናይ ለምሳሌ ግሬዲንግ ሲስተም መጥቷል በጂኤአር job evaluation and grading system means ጥቅማ ጥቅሙ ደሞዙም የሚወሰነው በስራው መጠን ነው ስራው ተመዝኖ ነው ስለዚህ ስራውን ደግሞ ምን ዘረዝረው በምንድን ነው በጆብ አናሊሲስ ነው ስለዚህ ጆብ አናሊሲስ አለ ማለት ጆብ ያንዳንዱ ስራ አለ ማለት ነው ስለዚህ ምን ስራው ቀናል ስለዚህ ዌጅንም ሳለሪንም አጠቃላይ ቤኔፊቶችን ዲተርሚን ማለት ይችላል so job analysis is important for wage and salary administration. It is important for wage and salary administration, and also it is important for health and safety. To put a right person in the right position at the right time, then first of all it need to identify or determine the nature of the job, characteristics of the job. Otherwise we can't do it. ማድረጋችን ለምሳሌ አካል ጎደሎ ምንለው በተለያየ መልኩ በተፈጥሮም ይሁን በተለያየ መልኩ አደጋ የደረሰበትን ሰው የት ነው ፊት የሚያደርገው የሚለው ነገር አሳይ ለማድረግ ሰምዌር ኦር ፊት የሚያደርገው ቦታ ላይ ለአደጋ የሚያጋልጠው ቦታ ላይ ሰዎችን እንዳንመድብ ስራውን አይነት ማወቅ ይጠበቅብናል ያንን የምናውቀው ደግሞ መቼ ነው if we have job analysis information. So job analysis information is important for health and safety. That means to ensure safety first for our employees. Then another one is industrial relation. It is important to make a smooth relationship between that is what employer with employees, top management with median with lower with frontline employees. Because ሁሉም የሚሰራውን ካወቀ ሁሉም የስራ ድርሻውን ካወቀ ሁሉም ስኮፑን ያውቃል። ስለዚህ አንዱ በአንዱ ላይ የመጨቃጨቅ የመነጋገር ብዙ ነገሮች አይፈጠሩም። ስለዚህ ስራው ግን በትክክል ካልታወቀ ምንድነው የሚባል አባባልም አለ። የፉክክር ቤት አይነት ነገር ነው የሚሆነው ሁሉም የራሱ ስራ። ስለዚህ ስሙዝ የሆነ ሪሌሽንሺፕ አይሆንም። then conducive የሆነ environment አይፈጠርም። so job analysis is important for this purpose. Then we'll see potential problem with job analysis. What is the potential problem for job analysis? Sometimes that job analysis may fail. Why? That may not be fit our expectation. One of the major potential problems with job analysis is lack of management support. Lack of management support. It is obvious. አሁን የሚያለው ብዙዎቹ ሪፎርም ቱሎች ፌለሪቲ ነው አንዱ ፋክተር። ቶፕ ማኔጅመንቱ ኦን ያደረገው በኮሚቴ ይሰጣል፣ ኮሚቴ ይሰራዋል፣ ኮሚቴ አድርገው ይባላል፣ ኮሚቴ ፈጽመው ይባላል። so that is what so which is one of a major potential problem with job analysis, lack of management support. Another one is lack of support from employees, the same. And another one is biased nature of job analysis. This one is a serious problem. This is a major problem. ምንድነው የሚባለው በእኛ ሀገር ኮንቴክስት በልካቸው ሰፍተውት ማለት ነው የሚባለው። ቅድም ብለናል ብዙ ቱሎች ሪፎርሞች እነ ቢፒአር ማንኛውም በኮሚቴ ነው የሚሰራው። ቢኤስሲ ምንድነው አሁንም ያለው ጂኤችም ሲሰራ በኮሚቴ ነው። ስለዚህ ለራሳቸው ለሚመቻቸው አድርገው ለራሳቸው ፖዚሽን ፊት እንዲያደርግ አድርገው ዲዛይን አደረጉት ዴቨሎፕ አደረጉት የሚለው ኢሹ ኦብቪየስ። ስለዚህ አንዱ ፋክተር ነው፣ አንዱ ቻሌንጅ ነው፣ አንዱ ፕሮብሌም ነው ፎር ጆብ አናሊሲስ። so bias, human being by nature is bias because there is a problem of self-serving bias. ለራስ ሲቆርሱ አያሳንሱ የሚለው ሜጀር ፕሮብሌም ነው። ስለዚህ ሰው ከራሱ አንፃር ነገሮችን ስለሚያይ በትክክል ጆብ አናሊሲሱ ላይ ከናወን ይችላል። ስለዚህ which is one of the major problem or obstacle for job analysis. Another one is use a single data or sources. Whereas in the reality BSCም ካይዘንም or ብዙዎቹ ሲሰሩ ኃላፊ ብቻ ይጠየቃል። ዘን ከኃላፊ መረጃ ይወሰድና ዘን ቢፒአር ዴቨሎፕ ይደረጋል። አሁንም ቢኤስሲ ምንለው ዴቨሎፕ ይደረጋል። ሌሎችም ስራዎች መመሪያዎች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ፣ ሰነዶች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ፣ ማስፈጸሚያ ማኑዋሎች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ። እነዚህ በሙሉ ዴቨሎፕ ሲደረጉ አንድ ወይ ኃላፊም የሆነ አካልን ብቻ ለኗት ይጠየቃል፣ ዴቨሎፕ ይደረጋል። ሰራተኛው ምንም አይነት ኮሙኒኬሽን የለውም፣ ከሰራተኛው መረጃ አይወሰድም። so the result is poor. So which is one of the major problem, use single data sources. And another one is inability to identify the need of job analysis. This is all about job analysis. So it directly goes to the second element or component of human resource management, which is human resource planning. What is human resource planning? First of all, that is, planning is a primary function of managers. When it comes to that is human resource planning also, it is the primary function of human resource management. So human resource planning is determine human resource required by an organization to achieve a strategic objective. That is, human resource planning means simply determine required human resource in present and in the future. In America, ምንድነው የምንለው እንደው የሰው ኃይል እቅድ ነው አይደል? የሰው ኃይል እቅድ የሰው ኃይል እቅዱን ከምን አስፔክት ነው የምናዘጋጀው? based on our job analysis. Job analysis results ከሌለ we can't do this one. ማድረግ አንችልም። because አሁን ስንት ሰው ያስፈልገናል፣ ስንት ሰው በቀጣይ ያስፈልገናል፣ አሁን ስንት ሰው አለ፣ በምን የተመረቀ ምናምን የምንለው then if we have job analysis information. ሲኖረን ብቻ ነው። So human resource planning means simply determine required human resource in the present and future. So human resource planning is concerned with planning a future manpower requirement in an organization. So determine required human resource or determine human power is known as human resource planning. It is the process by which a management determines how organization should move from its current manpower position to desired manpower position is known as human resource planning. It has many of importance and objective. So we'll see major importance and objective of human resource planning. One is to have a right number and right kind of people at the right place at the right time. One of the major objective of human resource planning is what? To have a right number and right kind of people at the right time at the right position, which means to assign right person at the right time in the right position, which is the major objective of human resource planning. And another one is it leads to a maximum utilization of human resource. That means what? To avoid waste of human resource, to avoid idle of human resource. እያለን አካውንታንት እንዳንቀጥር የአይሲቲ ባለሙያ እያለን አይሲቲ ባለሙያ እንዳንቀጥር ያለንን እጃችን ላይ ያለንን እንድናቅ የሚያስፈልገንም እንድናቅ ኮስት ኢፌክቲቭ እንድንሆን ነው አንዱ objective of human resource planning. ስለዚህ እጃችንም ላይ ያለውን አንቀጥር and የማያስፈልገን ባለሙያ አንቀጥር አይዲል የሆነ ባለሙያ አንቀጥር። ስለዚህ አይዲል የሆነ ባለሙያ እንዳይኖር ማኔጅ ለማድረግ ነው which is one of the major objective of human resource planning, to utilize our human resource. Then another, it leads to disruption in follow of worker and lower production and job satisfaction, high cost of production and constant headache for management personnel. Then we see the objective of human resource planning. One of the major objective of human resource planning is to ensure optimum use of existing human resource. ያለንን ሀብት በአግባቡ እንድንጠቀም ነው ግቡ። በቃ ያለንን ሀብት እጃችን ላይ ምን ሀብት አለ? Which is one of the major objectives of human resource planning. Another one is to forecast future requirement of human power. What is the major objective of human resource planning is? That's the two. One is to use our existing human resource an optimum or a maximum, and to focus or determine the future human resource requirement. That's a major objective of human resource planning. And to provide control measures to ensure the necessary human resources are available and when required. To link human resource planning with organizational planning and to assess surplus and shortage of human resource. To assess surplus and shortage of human resource. If there is a surplus, then to give task. If we have the shortage, to recruit new employees. Because that is our ultimate goal is what? Achieve organizational goal or objective efficiently and effectively on time. So to do this one, that is what? That is we'll have key resource. Earlier we have to say what? The key resource is what? Human resource. For success of an organization. Otherwise, success could not be possible without this key resource. So to use this key resource properly, it needs to plan. Otherwise, we may have that is what? Surplus manpower, we may have that is shortage of both have their own drawbacks or they have their own limitation. If there is surplus, it is also a problem. If we have shortage, then this is also a problem by itself. Another objective of human resource planning is to determine the level of recruitment and training, and to estimate the cost of human resource, and to provide a basis for management development program, and to meet the need of expansion and diversification program. Then next we'll see the step and procedure of human resource planning. The first one is analysis of organizational plan and objective. analysis of organizational plan and objective. Means human resource planning is a start from analysis of organizational plan, organizational mission, organizational vision, organizational objectives. የሰው ኃይል እቅድ የምናቅደው እኮ ተቋሙ ግቡን ካወቅን በኋላ ምን ግብ አለው፣ ምን ራዕይ አለው፣ ምን ተልዕኮ አለው፣ ምን እቅድ አለው። እቅዱን የሚያሳካልን ባለሙያ ምን አይነት ባለሙያ ነው የሚለው መጀመሪያውኑ እቅዱን ስናቀው ነው እንጂ ዝም ብለን በዘፈቀደ ሰራተኛ አንቀጥርም። ሰራተኛ በዘፈቀደ የሰው ኃይል እቅድ ይህን አይነት ባለሙያ ያስፈልገናል አለ። That is as per the plan of organization, as per plan of the objective of organization, mission of organization, vision of organization. So the first one is analysis of organizational plan and objectives. And forecast demand of human resource. Demand of human resource. And forecast supply of human resource, which is the third step, supply. Which means labor market analyze እናደርጋለን። አለ ወይስ የለም? እናገኛለን አናገኝም? ገበያ ላይ እናገኛለን አናገኝም? የት ነው የምናገኘው? ከውጭ ወይስ ከሀገር ውስጥ ወይስ የትኛው ገበያ ላይ ነው የምናገኘው? That is what determines this issue. This is the third step of human resource planning. And estimate manpower gap. Estimate manpower gap is the fourth step of human resource planning. Then the fourth one, the last one is match demand with make it equivalent. That is what demand and supply is. Next we'll see factor affecting human resource planning. Human resource planning is affected by many factors. This factor can be categorized into major category: internal factor and external factor. We'll see external factor. One of the factor which affect human resource planning is government policy. Government policy. የፈለገው ሰው ኃይል እቅድ ብናገር ለምሳሌ አሁን ባለው ጂኤጂ ነው እየተተገበረ ያለው። ስለዚህ የምንፈልገውን ባለሙያ ከተቀመጠው ደረጃ ውጪ 10 ሺህ የነበረው 20 ሺህ ከፍላለን ወይም እንደዚህ እናደርጋለን ብለን እቅዳችን ውስጥ ማስቀመጥ አንችልም። So we are governed by government policies. የሰራተኛ የሲቪል ሰርቪስ ወይም የፐብሊክ ሰርቪስ ነው ዴይስ ፐብሊክ ኮሚሽን ነው የሚለው የፐብሊክ ኮሚሽን የሚያወጣቸው የሰራተኛ መመሪያ፣ አዋጆች፣ ደንቦች ይገዙናል። ስለዚህ አጌንስት ኦፍ ዛት ፕላን አናደርግም። So directly or indirectly we are affected or governed by government policy when you plan human resource. The another one is level of economic development. If there is inflation and inflation ሲኖር እና deflation ሲኖር የምናቅደው እቅድ አፌክት ይሆናል። ለምሳሌ ዛሬ አቅደን ነገ ኢንፍሌሽን ሀፕን ካደረገ ሪቫይዝ እናደርጋለን፣ ዲፍሌቲንግ ካደረገ ሪቫይዝ እናደርጋለን። ስለዚህ አሁን ባለው ኢኮኖሚ ሁኔታ ላይ ተመስርተን ነው የምናቅደው። ስለዚህ our human resource planning is affected or governed by level of economic development and information technology. Information technology is another factor. Level of technology, business environments are surrounding our competitor, our customer, our client, our supplier, and our competitors. So when you plan, then take into account all those issues. እነኝህን በሙሉ ኮንሲደር እናደርጋለን። ተፎካካሪዎቻችንን፣ ደንበኞቻችንን፣ ባለድርሻ አካላት እነኝህን ሁሉ ግንዛቤ ውስጥ አስገብተን ነው የምናቅደው። Then international factor is another one. When it comes to internal factor, company strategy. What is strategy? Already we have discussed in the previous class. Human resource policy, job analysis, time horizon, time and quality of information, company production and operational policies are a major factor which govern or affect human resource planning. So this all about that is what job analysis and human resource planning, which is about the first and second element of human resource management. If you have any comment, any idea, or any question about job analysis and human resource planning, you can ask me. Anyone? Yes? Yes? Say something? Hello? Hello, students.
Yes, doctor. We are with you.
Yes, we are with you. Thank you.
So if you have any comments, any suggestion, or maybe question, you can raise. Huh? Okay. What about
በሊት ላይ መነሻ አድርጌ ጥያቄ ልጠይቅ። ሶሪ ቲቸር
ይቻላል?
ያው ማለት አሁን ለምሳሌ ከዚህ ከቢፒአር እና በኤስሲሲ ዘና አሁንም ጄኤጅ ጋር ተያይዞ የሳይንሱና ወደ ሀገራችን ነባራዊ ሁኔታ ስንመለከት ፕላስ በኤክስፐርትስ እና በኃላፊዎች ያለው ችግሮችን መነሻ አድርገን አሁን ከተማርነው አንፃር ባነሳ ብዬ ነው። ለምሳሌ ቢፒአር ሲመጣ በብዛት እንደተባለው ያው ቢዝነስ ሪፕሮሰስ ኢንጂነሪንግ ነው። ስለዚህ ቢዝነሱን ቀላል አድርጎ በአንድ አካባቢ ያው ስራውንና ሰራተኛን ማገናኘት ነው። ከዛ በኋላ ይሄን ደግሞ ሪቫይዝ ሲደረግ ጄኤጂ መጣ። ጄኤጂ ደግሞ ጆብ ኢቫሉዌሽን ኤንድ ግሬዲንግ ነው። ብዙ ፋክት ግን አሁን ስንመለከት አሁን እኔ ይሄኛው ሳይንሱ ወደ ፖለቲክስ እየተቀየረ ይመስለኛል። ለምሳሌ ባለፈው አመት ላይ ጄኤጂ ተግባራዊ ይደረጋል ተባለ። መንግስት መስሪያ ቤቶች ላይ በስፋት አንዳንድ ክልሎች በራሳቸው ተግባራዊ ያደረጉ፣ አንዳንዶቹ አናደርግም አሉ። ማንንም ሊጠይቃቸው አልቻለም። ወደ ፋክት እንደ አዲስ አበባም ስንመለስ ለምሳሌ ባለፈው አመት ጄኤጂ ተግባራዊ ይደረጋል ተባለ። ጆብ ዲስክሪፕሽን ወደ 80 ምናምን ከፍ ብሏል። ታይትሉ ወደ 300 ምናምን በአገር ደረጃ ይጠጋጋል ምናምን ተብሎ ተነገረና ወደ ፋክት ሲመጣ ግን ኢቫሉዌሽን እና ግሬዲንጉ የማይገናኝ ነው።
ኦኬ
ለምሳሌ ከፍተኛ ደሞዝ ተከፋይ የነበሩ ሰዎች ታች ያሉት ሰዎች አሉ። እነሱን ከስራው አንፃር ማመጣጠን ይመስለኛል። ስቲል አሁንም ግን በአንድ ዲግሪ 3400 ብር የሚከፈለው አለ፣ በአንድ ዲግሪ 10000 ምናምን ብር የሚከፈለው አለ። በተመሳሳይ 0 አመት ኢማጂን ግሬዲንጉ የት ነው ስትል ምንም መልስ አታገኝም። እንዲያውም 3000 ምናምን የሚከፈለው አካል የስራ ጫና ያለበት ሆኖ ይገኛል። እና አንዳንድ ጊዜ ዘ ሳይንስ ቨርሰስ ዘ ሪያሊቲ እንዴት ነው እኛ ጋር እያጣጣምን የምንሄደው የሚለው ነገር እኔ ስቲል ተስተካክሏል ተብሎ ጭምር እኔ 3 ብር 50 ሳንቲም የተጨመረላቸው ብዙ ጓደኞቼን አውቃለሁ። 50 60 ብር እንደ ከፍተኛ ደረጃቸው ተሻሽለው በኢቫሉዌሽን መሰረት ተብሎ በጣም እየሳቅን ልጆቹን ተስፋ ቆርጠው ብዙ ጓደኞቼ በደንብ አውቃለሁና ኢቫሉዌሽን እና ግሬዲንግ የሀገሪቱ ኢኮኖሚ ተብሎ ተቀንሶ መጣ የሚል ነው እንጂ ያለው ሳይንቲፊክ ፖለቲካሊ ዳይቨርት ተደርጎ በትክክል በሙያው እየሄድን አይደለምና እኔ እነዚህ ችግሮች አሁን እንደ ሳይንሱ እየተማርን እንዳለው እንዴት ነው ማስተካከል የምንችለው? ያው የማናጀሮች ጣልቃ ገብነት ያስፈልጋል፣ ግን ጣልቃ ገብነታቸው በምን መንገድ ነው የሚለው ነገር እኔ ብንወያይበት ብዬ ነው።
ኦኬ ታንክ ዩ other students, if you have any comment, any question, any suggestion. So it is a serious problem or a major problem, especially in our country. Yes. Let's say when I see BPR, we wrongly understand what is BPR. When you define the BPR is what? Fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business process to achieve dramatic employment. You totally forget one major pillar of BPR, which is what? Fundamental rethinking. We directly go to what? Radical redesign of the business process. So without rethinking, without attitudinal change, physical movement, physical change is nothing. ተዛቆ በቃ ሰውየው ድሮ ውስጥ በፊትም ሲሰራ የነበረ አንድ ክላስ ውስጥ ይዞ ፊቱን ሲያኮሻተር የነበረ ደንበኛ ሲመጣ አሁንም አንድ ሰፊ አዳራሽ ውስጥ ብታስቀምጠው ፊቱን ማኮሻተሩን እስካልቀየረ ድረስ ኖ ቼንጅ አት ኦል። ስለዚህ መጀመሪያ ምንድነው የሚለው ቢፒአርም ራሱ ከመጀመሪያው ስንረዳው እኮ አንዷን ፒለር ብቻ ነው የወሰነው በእኛ ሀገር ፈንዳሜንታል ሪቲንኪንግ ነው የመጀመሪያው ስር ነቀል ያስተሳሰብ ለውጥ ማምጣት ከዛ ነው ራዲካል ሪዲዛይን ኦፍ ቢዝነስ ፕሮሰስ ዘን ሁለት ሶስት የነበሩ ኦፊሶችን ደርምሶ አንድ ኦፊስ ማድረግ that is physical change. No, that is what? Thinking change, attitudinal change. So without attitudinal change, physical change is nothing. So still, አሁንም ያሉ ሪፎርም ቱሎች or አጀንዳዎች ላይ major problem is what? There is no fundamental thinking. There is no attitudinal change. We are still in the same position from attitudinal aspects. No change from attitudinal. ስለዚህ ምን ነገር እዛው በነበርንበት እኮ ነው ያለነው በቃ በአስተሳሰብ ደረጃ ስለዚህ በአስተሳሰባችን እስካልተቀየረ ድረስ ቱሉ አዳዲስ ቱሎችን ቢመጡ ሮንግሊ ነው ዘን ኤክሰርሳይዝ የምናደርጋቸው grading and evaluation system አሁንም ብዙዎቹ ቦታ ላይ ሰማለው አሁንም አዲስ አበባ ከተማ አስተዳደርም ብዙ ቦታ ይነሳል ይስተካከላል የሚል እንትን አሁን ብዙዎቹ ላይ እንትን አለ የተነሳ ሐሳብ ያለ ይመስለኛል አሁን በዚህ 2-3 ወር ውስጥ እናስተካክላለን ምናምን የሚል አንዳንድ እንትኖችን የሰማ ይመስለኛል ችግር ያለባቸው ፖዚሽኖች ለቅመን እንደገና ደረጃ እንዲወጣላቸው ምናምን የሚልም ነገር አለ ኢቨን ደረጃም ያልተሰራላቸው አሉ የሚል ሁሉ ሰምቻለሁ ኢምፕሊሜንቴሽን ላይ ሜጀር ፕሮብሌም አለ ከሳይንስ አንፃር ስናየው ግን then as a tool they are perfect ሌሎች ዓለሞች ላይ በደንብ ሰርተዋል ካይዘንም ብንል ውጤታማ አድርጓል then ሌሎችንም ቱሎች ብንጠቀም ውጤታማ አድርጓቸዋል እንደተባለው ግን እንደ ፒፒአር ሌሎችንም ኮንሴፕቶች ወደኛ ሀገር ስናመጣቸው wrongly ነው ፕራክቲስ ለምሳሌ ቢኤስሲን ብናይኮ ቢኤስሲ it has 9 ስቴጅ 9 ደረጃዎች አሉ then ምንድን ሆነ ግን ለምሳሌ ወደ ካስኬዲንግ ስንመጣ ካስኬዲንግ ላይ ኢኒሺዬቲቭን ወይም እርምጃ ምንለውና ኢኒሺዬቲቭና ኦብጀክቲቭን በተለያየ ነበር ካስኬድ የሚደረገው ስለዚህ ምን ሆነ አይ ራሱ ሙሉ አይደለም ሌላ ቱል ብንጨምርበት ይሻላል በሚል በእኛ ሀገር የሲቪል ሰርቪስ ሚኒስቴር ነበር አሁን ፐብሊክ ኮሚሽን ሆኗል መሰለኝ በዛ መሰረት በዛ እንትን ሌላ ቱል አተደረገበትና ካስኬድ እንጀራ ስለዚህ ምንድነው አንዱ ሜጀር ፕሮብሌሙ then the level of understanding about that tool እንጂ ቱሉ ባይሰልፍ አይደለም ፕሮብሌም የሆነው በእኛም ሀገር ሲመጣ አሁን ግሬድ ጆብ ኢቫሉዌሽን ኤንድ ግሬድ ሲስተሙ ሌሎችም እነ ካይዝንም እነ ቢፒአር እነ ቢኤስሲ እነ ዴሊቨሮችም ሌሎችም ሪፎርም ቱሎች ሌቭል ኦፍ አንደርስታንዲንጋችን ነው ኢምፕሊሜንቴሽናችንንም የምንፈልገውን ሌቭል እንድንመጣ ያላደረገ የሚል ጀጅመንት ነው ያለኝ
Thank you.
ስለዚህ ለዛሬው ምሳም አልበላሁም የራበኝ ተንካመጨውባችሁ
መልካም ምሳሽ ዶክተር
እናንተም አንዳንድ ሰው እየበላ አሁን አይቻለሁ እንብላም አትሉ
እንደዛ ካለ እንብላ ባህላችን ነው ቀረን አይ በኮሮና ብለ ይመስለኛል እንጂ እንብላ አልቀረም
በጣም ጥሩ ለማንኛውም እኔ ልብላ ብያለሁ Thank you መልካም ቆይታ ዶክተር Thank you bye bye
Thank you very much
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ ኤምቢኤ በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ ኤምቢኤ በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ ኤምቢኤ በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ ኤምቢኤ በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ ኤምኤስሲ በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድ እና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።